is break and continue statements are used when you are trying to control your loop based on some condition. So there are situations when you try to break your loop, and there are situations when you are trying to skip the execution of loop for a particular condition. So let's see how it works. So if I say while, let's start again, start with 1 to initialize the value, and let it run less or equal to 5. So what I want here, I want to skip if start is 3. So if start is 3, start equal to 3, then I want to skip. So I will say continue. So what it will do, it will not do the execution of this loop for that condition. It will just go for the next level of execution in the loop. What I want, other thing, I want it not to execute fully. If start equal to 4, then I want to break it. If everything goes fine, otherwise I will print test break and continue in while loop. I am printing the value of start here, and I want to do the increment start plus plus. So let's execute it. So if you see here, these two last result, the break and continue in while loop 1 and 2. For 1 and 2 it is executed. For 3 for I'm sorry, for 3 it continued. So and for 4 it break. So let's try to do break at statement 5 on the last statement. So what it says, it prints only 1 and 2, but it has to print for 4 also. So what happened here, why it did not print 4? It print only 1 and 2. We have skipped only for 3, so 4 should come. So what happens here, when start is equal to 3, and when you say continue, it will go to loop and start is still 3, because when you say continue, it will not come here and here, it will not execute next statements. So what we need to do, before continue, we have to do the increment, so that it will do the increment and value will become 4. So now you can see that it has executed for 1, 2 and 4. So break and continue statements are used when you try to control your loop. There are a lot of situations that will come in your daily life when you are trying to implement those problems into solution of any problem using the loop. There could be possibility that you need to control the statements by using continue and break. So let's talk about next one is for loop. So for loop is very much kind of your while loop, where you are doing initialization before executing your loop. So here what happens in case of for, it has initialization inside the statements, for statements. So first part is initialization, then you have to provide the test. Test is again same thing, less or equal to 5. Remember that your test should return a boolean value, so it will be a logical operator. And then your increment, start plus plus. So sysout system.out.println. In Eclipse, when you just say sysout and control spacebar, it will write automatically for you as system.out.println. So let's print test for loop and print your start. Let's run it. So here you can say that it is running for 1 2 3 4 5. Now let's take a closer look of this line. This line says that if I only have initialization, so it is a wrong representation. If you see here, it says that it needs some other tokens as well. So it needs it needs it to complete using the syntax. So initialization is not enough. What you need to do, you have to give the condition. If you are not giving condition, just leave like this. It means that you don't want to give the condition. So here there is only initialization, no condition and no increment. Let's see what will happen. So it will go endlessly, it will not terminate, because there is no condition and there is no increment. Increment is required to break your condition. So let's put the condition. So start is less or equal to 5. So but unless you increment start value, you just promote. If you don't, unless you promote start, it will not exit the program, it will not exit the loop. So you have to say start plus plus. That's way it works. Now I want to implement same thing, breakout statement over here in the for loop. So I am copying from there and pasting it here in for loop. So let's run it. So in case of for loop as well, you will see the result only 1, because here what is happening, you are doing double increment of start. So let's do the increment of start only in the whenever you need, before doing the continue and everything. If everything goes fine, then you want to do the increment. So in case of for loop also, it is executed for 1 2 and 4. So this is how it works for loop as well. So the point to remember here is for loop. What is the syntax of for loop? For loop is initialization and condition and promotion of your variable. So you can say increment or decrement, whatever you want to control to break your condition. So to meet your condition at certain level, you need to use start plus plus, or if you want to do the reverse way, you have to use start minus minus. So let's do one example of this one, same example as, let's start with 5 and it should continue till 1, then start minus minus. So what will happen here? So for 4 it will print first. So so in for loop it print nothing. Why? Start is equal to 5, start is greater than or equal to 1, so start is equal to already 5, right? So if it is 5, it will not come here, it will come directly here, so it will break the your loop. So that's the reason it will not print anything for this for loop, for this kind of situation. So let's break this one for 1. So if you see loop, it for 5 it print, then for 4 it print, then for 3 it continued, it is skipped, and for 2 it print, and when it became 1 it just broke the loop. So it met the condition to break the loop. So this is how your for and uh, for loop, while loop, and how to do skip and continue, that will work.